You pull into the gas station you've been using for 3 years, same place every week. You fill up, you drive away, you don't think about it. That's exactly what the station is counting on. Because the difference between the fuel that keeps your engine running clean at 150,000 miles and the fuel that's quietly destroying it from the inside, that difference doesn't show up at the pump. It shows up as a repair order. I've seen a lot of those repair orders. I helped write them. I know what some of you are thinking. Gas is gas. It all comes out of the same pipelines, same refineries, and you're not entirely wrong. The crude source doesn't change much. What changes is what they put in afterward. That's called the additive package. And that's where the gap between a clean engine at 200,000 miles and a fouled one at 80,000 actually lives. Here's the thing. Nearly 30 years ago, the EPA set a minimum detergent standard for gasoline. That standard has not been updated since. Major automakers, GM, Ford, Toyota, BMW, Honda, they pushed back on that. They created something called top-tier certification. What that means is 2.5 times the detergent level the EPA requires. Not a small gap. And right now, more than half the gas sold in America doesn't meet it. This isn't about octane. It's not about premium versus regular. It's about detergent, the additive that keeps carbon from building on your intake valves and your fuel injectors. Without enough of it, the buildup happens slowly, quietly, invisibly, until it isn't invisible anymore, and you're sitting across a service desk wondering where $800 went. I spent years running dealership service departments. Every morning I walk through the service bay. I saw what fuel-related damage looks like on a repair order because I approved those repair orders. Same symptoms, same mileage ranges, same question from my techs every time. Where does this person fill up? And here's something I want to say up front, because I think it matters. Fuel-related repairs are good for a service department. Carbon cleaning, injector work, fuel system jobs, those are real billable hours. I'm not proud of having profited from that, but I watched those repair orders get written for damage that didn't need to happen. That's a large part of why I'm here. 10 stations to avoid, 5 to trust. The difference isn't the logo on the pump. It's what's in the fuel before it ever touches your engine. By the end of this, you'll have one tool on your phone that tells you exactly where to pull in and exactly where to keep driving. Stick with me. Murphy USA is the gas station you'll find in Walmart parking lots across most of the country. It is not top-tier certified. You're already at Walmart. The pump is right there. 3-4 cents cheaper than the station down the road. That feels like a smart call. The problem is, the math doesn't hold once you look past the pump. Murphy's model is built around price, high volume, low margin. When that's the business you're running, the additive package is the first thing you trim. Their fuel meets the EPA minimum, which sounds acceptable until you understand that minimum is a standard that hasn't been touched in nearly 30 years. Detergent levels often fall short of what your automaker actually recommends. That gap accumulates, fill up after fill up. I had a customer I'll call Gloria, mid-size SUV, filled up at Murphy every week for 3 years. She came in one day complaining about hesitation under load. My tech ran a borescope, intake valves on 2 cylinders coated in carbon, injectors partially restricted. Gloria was meticulous about her oil changes. I believed her. That wasn't the issue. This was fuel-related, and it had been building for a long time. She signed a repair order for over $900. She thought she'd been doing right by her car. She had been. She just didn't know what was coming out of that nozzle. Before you pull into Murphy, ask yourself one question. Is this station top-tier certified? Check toptierfuel.com on your phone. 30 seconds. If it's not on that list, keep driving. Circle K is a different kind of problem. 14,000 locations in North America, and most are not top-tier certified. But the bigger issue is inconsistency. They don't refine their own fuel. They buy from regional distributors. Whoever bid the lowest, that cycle. The station in one city might be getting decent fuel from a reputable rack. The one 200 miles down the road is getting something else. You have no way to tell which is which when you pull in. I want to be fair. Not every Circle K is the same. That's exactly the point. And it's also the problem. Inconsistency is its own risk. Your engine doesn't get to decide which location to trust. A customer, I'll call Dennis, retired contractor, filled up at Circle K on the way home from a job. 10 miles later, rough running, losing power, he made it to my service department. Elevated water content, filter already restricting, old underground tanks, temperature swings, condensation building over time. When a station isn't maintaining those tanks on schedule, that moisture ends up in your fuel system. Dennis didn't do anything wrong. He just pulled into the wrong pump on the wrong day. Then there's 7-Eleven, independently franchised, local supply contracts, the additive package, the ethanol blend, the storage conditions. All of it depends on whoever the franchise holder is buying from that particular season. No national quality standard applied uniformly across their locations. The product can be dramatically different from one store to the next, and nobody tells you that at the pump. I'll say this, if you've been filling up at 7-Eleven for years and your car runs fine, I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. Some locations are probably acceptable, but there's no reliable way to know which kind you're getting on any given fill-up. That uncertainty is the problem. If you haven't subscribed yet, this would be a good time. The next two on this list catch people off guard, especially if you're in the Midwest. Speedway, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Kentucky. There's probably one near you right now. Familiar, comfortable, not top-tier certified. Their fuel meets the EPA minimum. They hold that line, just not high enough for what modern engines actually need. Here's why that matters now more than it used to. If your car was built in the last 10 or 12 years, there's a good chance it has a direct injection engine, GDI. Most manufacturers switched to this design for better fuel economy. But it changed something nobody at the pump ever explains. In older engines, fuel sprayed directly onto the intake valves with every cycle. Constant wash. Direct injection sprays into the cylinder instead. The intake valves don't get that wash anymore. The detergent in your fuel is nearly the only cleaning mechanism those valves have. When that detergent is thin, carbon builds. Run minimum standard fuel long enough, it's always thin. Some mornings, I'd walk through my service bay and see 3 or 4 carbon cleaning jobs already on the board. My service advisor got to where he'd ask where a customer filled up before the tech even pulled the car in. Some mornings, I'd walk through my service bay and see 3 or 4 carbon cleaning jobs already on the board. My service advisor got to where he'd ask where a customer filled up before the tech even pulled the car in. Speedway came up more than you'd expect. And listen, if you've been driving for 30 or 40 years, you were taught that gas is gas. For a long time, that was close enough. The engine design changed. Nobody announced it. That's not on you. Last station in this half, Casey's General Store. Iowa, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, the Great Plains. You know it, been on the corner for decades. People trust it because it feels like home, not because they've ever checked the fuel standard. It is not top-tier certified. I want to be fair about this one. The people running Casey's are not out to damage your engine. Gas is often a loss leader for them. The goal is getting you in the store. When fuel is a loss leader, spending extra on detergent additives doesn't make business sense. That's not malicious, it's just not good for your engine. Understanding the motive helps you understand the product. Those 5, Murphy, Circle K, 7-Eleven, Speedway, Casey's. The ones you pull into without thinking. Those 5, Murphy, Circle K, 7-Eleven, Speedway, Casey's. The ones you pull into without thinking. The next 5 require more explanation, because some of them have histories that go well beyond just cutting corners on additives. Pay attention here. Pilot Flying J is the largest travel center chain in the country. The name carries a kind of credibility most people don't question. They should. A few years back, the FBI raided their headquarters. Executives were convicted of defrauding trucking customers out of fuel rebates. Money owed to the people running the most miles on their product. Hundreds of millions in settlements. That is public record. I bring it up because it tells you something about how this company thinks about its fuel customers when nobody's watching. Their stations are not consistently top-tier certified. I got to know a fleet manager through a loaner partnership I ran at the dealership. Small owner-operator business. Used pilot on the diesel side for about a year. Started seeing injector degradation earlier than the mileage warranted. Had the fuel independently tested. Elevated water content. Switched suppliers. The degradation stopped. I don't know every pilot location. Some may be fine. But a documented track record of putting margin ahead of the customer, you can draw your own conclusions from that. Loves. 500-plus locations, open all night, exit ramps on every major highway. When it's the only option 6 hours into a drive, you pull in. Just know what you're pulling into. High-volume stations accelerate wear on underground tank infrastructure, seals, filtration, sensors. Water intrusion becomes more likely when those tanks are working hardest. And diesel and ethanol-blended gasoline can support microbial growth inside underground storage. Most people have never heard that. It looks like brown or green sediment. It clogs filters fast. A family I'll call the Hendersons. Vacation drive. Filled up at Love's mid-route. 60 miles later, losing power. Made it to a shop. Contaminated fuel. They didn't reach their destination that day. It wasn't anything they did wrong. One rule that applies everywhere. If your car starts running differently within a few miles of any fill-up, rough idle, hesitation, something that wasn't there before, pull over. Don't drive home and deal with it tomorrow. More miles on contaminated fuel means more damage. Sam's Club. People confuse this with Costco constantly, and I understand why. Both warehouse clubs, both have gas stations, both look identical at the pump. They don't sell the same fuel. Costco's Kirkland is top-tier certified. Sam's Club fuel is not. One of those two is coming up on my good list. It isn't this one. Before you fill up at any warehouse pump, check toptierfuel.com. Search the zip code, 30 seconds. Sunoco. The NASCAR logo does real work here. You pull in and the association is automatic. Racing fuel, performance, a smart choice for someone who takes their car seriously. That's what the marketing is built to do. It just isn't what's in the nozzle. Their racing operation and their retail pump fuel are separate products, separate supply chains. What comes out at a retail Sunoco pump is standard gasoline at minimum detergent standards. Regular grades not consistently top-tier certified. I'll call him Frank. Car enthusiast, meticulous owner, chose Sunoco for the brand. My tech ran a bore scope during a routine oil change. Valve deposits inconsistent with the mileage. Frank pushed back, said the car was maintained perfectly. He was right about that. It wasn't the maintenance. He switched to a top-tier fuel. 2 years later, cleaner. Sunoco isn't dangerous. I want to be clear about that. The logo is doing work the fuel doesn't do. If you're choosing a station based on a racing image rather than a certification status, you're paying for something that isn't in the tank. The last station on the bad list isn't a specific brand. It's a category. The unbranded pump. The deep discount regional name you've never heard of. The station priced 15 cents under everything else at that exit. That gap is information. When something is that far below the market, something made it possible. Your engine usually finds out what it was. 3 questions before you pull into any station you don't recognize. Do I know this brand? Does this place look maintained? Can I verify what's in this fuel? If the answer to any of them is no, keep driving. Now, the ones worth trusting. These aren't opinions. Top-tier certification is a manufacturer-backed standard. Every station on this list consistently meets it. Sinclair, the one with the green dinosaur. Most people don't think of it as a premium option. It is. Top-tier certified, solid presence in the Mountain West and Midwest, priced competitively. The logo is retro. The fuel standard isn't. Exxon and Mobil. Top-tier certified at every grade, every location. What they do best is consistency. Same additive formula, every gallon in the network. You're not rolling the dice on which regional distributor won the contract. I've seen high-mileage engines that ran on Exxon/Mobil, clean valves, compression numbers that didn't match the odometer. That's what consistent detergent does over time. Shell's entire retail network is top-tier certified. Their V-Power Nitro Plus carries a more aggressive cleaning formulation, and on a direct injection engine, that extra work pays back over time in avoided service visits. I want to be fair though. Shell's standard grade is still top tier. If the premium doesn't fit the budget, the regular is still far better than anything on the first list. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Costco's Kirkland fuel is top-tier certified and tests well in independent labs. I mentioned Sam's Club earlier, said the warehouse model doesn't automatically mean quality. Costco is the exception. They treat fuel as part of the Kirkland name. Tanks turn over fast, sometimes inside 48 hours. Fresh fuel, maintained tanks, top-tier additives, usually priced below the branded competition. That combination is rare. Chevron, top-tier certified at every grade, every location. Their Techron formula uses polyetheramine chemistry, compounds that actively break down existing carbon deposits while you drive. Not slow the buildup, break it down. When I'd see a high-mileage engine that looked cleaner on the inside than it had any right to, valves better than the odometer warranted, I'd ask where they filled up. Chevron came up more than anything else. That is not a coincidence. I want to be fair. Chevron isn't everywhere. If you don't have one near you, Shell, Exxon/Mobil, Costco, any one of those five is the right decision. Any one of them is better than anything on the first list. Now here's what ties all of this together. Here's what I want you to take away. The stations on the bad list aren't selling you poison. Most of them are selling you legal fuel. The problem is that legal minimum and what your engine actually needs aren't the same thing. The standard hasn't kept pace with modern engine design. Automakers pushed back. They created top tier. Most of the industry didn't follow. Nobody at the pump tells you that. I'll say this one more time because I think it matters. Fuel-related repairs are profitable. Injector work, carbon cleaning, fuel system jobs, real repair orders. I ran the departments that wrote those orders. I am no longer interested in protecting the revenue they generated. Quick run-through. Murphy and Sam's Club. The price looks good. The detergent doesn't. Circle K, 7-Eleven, Speedway, Casey's. Minimum standards, inconsistent sourcing, no guarantee. Pilot. A documented track record of putting margin over the customer. Love's. High volume, aging infrastructure, contamination you can't see from the pump. Sunoco. The racing logo sells pump gas. Unbranded discount stations. When the price is that far below market, your engine usually finds out why. Pull up toptierfuel.com. Find the certified stations near you. Pick one you can get to consistently. That's the whole move. Pick one you can get to consistently. That's the whole move. Before any road trip, spend 10 minutes finding the top-tier stations along your route. And if you've been on non-top-tier fuel for years and you're starting to notice a rough idle or hesitation, switch fuels first. Give it 3 or 4 tanks. Some of what's built up responds to better detergent before it becomes a repair order. Your engine was built to tolerances most people never think about. What comes out of that nozzle matters at a level that's invisible until it isn't. The stations on that list aren't going to warn you about themselves. That's not their job. Knowing the difference is yours now. You pull into the gas station you've been using for years. Nothing looks different. The pump is right there. But now you know what to check before you fill up. 30 seconds on your phone. That's all it takes. Before you fill up next time, do one thing. Open toptierfuel.com. Find the certified station nearest you. That's it. That's the whole video. Stay close, because the next one is about the service department that profits when drivers don't know this. They'd rather you kept watching someone else.